to live frugally? In this video, I'm going to share 10 frugal living habits that changed my life. And if you put these habits into practice, they'll change your life too. And please stick around to the very end. We'll really lift your spirits and supercharge your frugal living journey. Hello and welcome. I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living, all personally tested by me. Now, let's get right to the 10 habits that changed my life. Habit number 1, when in doubt, declutter. If you're not sure what to do, clear something out. Because often when you make space in your house and in your life, the new ideas for frugal living will just pop up. And this has changed my life so many times. When I had a big decision to make, when I wasn't sure what next steps to take, I would just stop and declutter. And right now, I can think of something that I need to declutter. It's right over there. I'm not going to show it to you folks, but when I get done with what I'm doing here today, talking to you, I'm actually going to go do that. Think about that one thing that you need to declutter that would just clear so much space in your head for frugal living ideas, frugal living plans, even frugal living items that you thought were lost forever. You might find them and you could use them. So declutter today. Tip number 2 owes its inspiration to all the moms out there who are raising children. Some of us have older children, some of us have kids who've already grown, some of us have grandchildren that we're dealing with. But I bet you can guess what it is. Get into a routine. And I'm thinking specifically about mornings and evenings, because you know the day can go crazy. But if you have a morning routine and an evening routine. Now, when I was raising my kids and they were little, we didn't use the word routine so much. It was just, what are you going to do in the morning to get everything set up for sanity? And what are you going to do in the evening to sort of wrap up the chaos and get it ready for tomorrow? You know what your routine should be. It usually should involve waking up at the same time every day and going to bed at the same time every night. I know, boring, basic, but really, really true. And it should probably involve something to do with when are you going to do the dishes and when are you going to put the dishes away. It should probably involve when are you going to eat breakfast and when are you going to eat dinner. It should probably involve how are you going to take care of your clothes. Is it laundry day or is it ironing day or whatever day it is. It should also probably involve some form of fitness activity, some form of walking or weightlifting or working out or something that you are doing every day. Notice that these are everyday activities that could happen any time of the day, but I'm suggesting that you think of them as morning and evening. How does this contribute to frugal living? Well, it cuts down on anxiety because when you're in a routine, you're less likely to stress purchase. Also, the fact of the matter is that if you're busy doing these really productive things in your home, you're creating, not consuming. And creation is frugal. Consumption, not so much. The third habit that I got into that completely changed the course of my existence was starting to use a budget. I use my favorite one that I talk about here all the time. You need a budget. But you know what? You don't need any particular kind of budget. You just need a budget that's going to work for you. And it needs to do 4 things for you. The first thing it needs to do is it needs to help you set your priorities. What are your priorities financially? What are your priorities for your life? It also helps you to plan what are you going to spend your money on so that your expenditures align with your priorities. It also helps you track, did you work the plan? You have set your priorities, you've made your spending plan, and then you spend your money and you track how you spent it. And then number 4 is you reevaluate, reset, and it's just a constant cycle of those 4 steps. In fact, I have a video coming up in a week or 2 here where I'm going to give a great deal more detail in each of these categories. But for now, I want you to just think about a budget being your friend, being a way to help you live your dreams. And for me, the way that it changed my life is it gave me an exact understanding of how much money I had. It helped me to think about my priorities, and it's keeping me on track even during these really difficult times. The 4th frugal habit that absolutely changed the course of my life was learning to wait. This is one of those adulting skills that we talk about a whole lot, and we usually talk about it to our young children. Wait, be patient, those kinds of things. And then we don't really talk about it to ourselves as adults, but I think that we kind of need to parent our own inner children sometimes. And we need to suggest to ourselves that it really is okay to wait. And what I mean here is that we are always bombarded with advertising and with products that surround us, asking us to buy them. Buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. And we may even personify objects, and we say, it called to me in the store and I couldn't refuse. It wanted to come home with me. We do those kinds of things when we talk about products. And what I'm suggesting that we do is wait. We say, okay, I hear you calling me, beautiful little rug that would look lovely in front of my sofa, but do I really need you? Just wait. Take some time. Ask yourself if you really need it. Check your priorities. Check your budget plan. Find out if you have the money for it. Give yourself space between the impulse or the call of the object and the purchase. And learning to wait really helps your frugal journey because it changes your whole mindset. And it did that for me. When I started thinking, how can I wait? Then I almost started making a game out of how long can I wait? And wouldn't it be fun to find out how long I can wait before I make that impulse purchase? And I'm like, ha, 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 ha. That's really fun all of a sudden. So learning to wait can become productive for your frugal journey. It can become empowering. And also, even though nobody will tell you this, it's a lot of fun. Learning to wait leads directly into habit number 5, which is be resourceful. Once you're thinking about, I wonder how long I can wait before I make that purchase, wah ha 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 ha, then you start looking around and thinking to yourself, what do I have right now that I could use instead? What do I have that I could fix instead? You know, there's that old saying, use it up and wear it out, make do or do without. And this often comes from times in history or times in people's lives when they have nothing and they just have to sort of make do. And I understand that and I honor that historical tradition, but I want to invite you to also make a game of it and think about, how can I be resourceful here? What resources do I have right now? Whether it be my creativity or raw materials or things that could be fixed or an item that I could cook instead of purchase. You just never know what will come to your mind until you start waiting and then thinking, what resources do I have? And once you look around and you discover the abundance of resources that are around you, then you can make do in a way that feels joyful rather than in a way that feels depriving. So be resourceful. Now I want to jump in here and suggest that one of the things that you could do to be resourceful is to subscribe to this channel. I give you lots of tips and tools for frugal living, and I'd love to have you here. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and give this video a like, and click the notification bell so you'll get notified first of new videos. Now let's get right back to it with habit number 6. Habit number 6 comes straight out of the first 5 habits, and that is transform your household and shopping habits. With all of the things that you have done so far, you still have to get out and shop sometimes. You still have to do things in your house sometimes. Sometimes things need fixed or you actually do need a new item. But all of the previous habits, if you have put them into place, you will discover that they transform how you look at your house, how you look at your shopping. You'll do things like waiting to make a good purchase and even maybe buying something a bit more expensive because you have saved up for the one that will last the longest and you've lived without it for a while and now you have a really good one. One thing that I discovered is that I love to bake bread and I can make it for pennies on the dollar. And I even got so excited back in November and December that I made a couple of videos for the channel on it, and I even have a little playlist. So if you want to see how excited I got in the last several months specifically about baking, go and check those older videos out. They're lots of fun. And I still love to bake so much. It brings joy, it brings economy, and it tastes so good. You might not be at all interested in bread baking or cooking, but there's something in your household routines, something in your habits, something in the way that you shop that is going to be transformed. This might also mean that you make your own household cleaners. This might mean that you learn how to change the oil in your car. There are all kinds of things that this could mean for you, and I want you to think about how being resourceful and waiting and budgeting and all of these other habits will transform your household, will transform your shopping, and empower you to get out into the world without worrying that you're going to come home so much poorer than you left it. Habit number 7, carry a reusable water bottle with you wherever you go. If you have not gotten on this bandwagon yet, oh, please do. It's been around for a long time. I started buying reusable water bottles for my kids 10-15 years ago, and I still carry a reusable water bottle. In fact, it's so much a part of who I am that I don't even think of it as a frugal habit anymore. But when I really go back and remember what it was like to not have a reusable water bottle with me, I would either have to buy water or go without or find a drinking fountain or something. It added stress and expense to my life. And if you haven't started carrying your water bottle around, then please do. If you have been carrying a water bottle around, put down in the comments, how many years have you been carrying it around and what color is it? So don't forget, when you leave the house for those very planned purchases, carry your very planned water bottle. Habit number 8, carry reusable shopping bags. Just leave them in the back of your car. I've got a big stack of them in my car. I happen to live in a part of the world where reusable shopping bags are required because single-use plastic shopping bags are banned by law. And even in places where at the store right now they don't want you to bring in your own reusable bags, they'll give paper bags instead, and those can be reused and recycled. So carry your reusable bags. You will discover that your house gets so much less clutter because you're not constantly bringing in plastic bags. And you will discover that your life gets less stressful because you plan your shopping a little bit differently when you've got just a certain number of bags to fill. So you become more frugal because you don't have as much clutter and because you're not just picking up more and more stuff. Habit number 9, change your definition of entertainment. This was a big one for me and for my family. And I'll give you a quick example of how this shifted. I used to just go to the movies on impulse. Now, right now, nobody is going to the movies on impulse, and most of us are not going to the movies at all, but we will be going back again. It will happen. We need to remember it will happen again, and we will have to make these decisions. I used to just go on impulse and be surprised at how expensive it was. I know, silly. Why did I do that? But I did. And once I started thinking about entertainment a little differently, I realized, yes, I still would like to go to the movies. I like the experience. I even like buying the expensive snacks. So we started saving up for it. And a couple of times a year, we'd take the family and buy all the snacks we wanted and sit in the movie theater and watch an amazing movie all together. And because we'd saved up for it, it was so joyful. It was like a little mini vacation. And I look forward to the day where I'm not saying was, and I'm talking about the next one that we're going to do that for. It's so much fun when you save up for it. Another thing is, once this is all over and you can get out into your community, there are all kinds of things that you can participate in. My favorite one has always been community theater, community chorus, community arts activities where everybody is welcome and everybody can join in. In fact, my local community continued their annual tradition of Shakespeare in the Park by doing Shakespeare as a drive-in theater type of thing. So they had the actors on a stage in a parking lot and people came with their cars and listened on their radios. And it was brilliant, and it was such an innovation that they're thinking about keeping it regardless of a pandemic. And so I want you to think about how you can contribute to entertainment in your community, not just consume entertainment in your community. Think about being part of the action. Don't just go and say, what can you do for me entertainment-wise, but ask how you can contribute to the entertainment world in your community. I promised you that tip number 10 would lift your spirits, and here it is. I would invite you to change your perspective and your definition and your understanding of frugal living into something deeply, deeply positive. Look at frugal living as an empowerment, as a joy, as a way of achieving your goals, a way of achieving your plans, a way of achieving your dreams. And any sort of baggage that weighs down frugal living in your mind, find a way to release that baggage. And ask yourself, what do I love about frugal living today? And what am I going to love about frugal living later? It is so empowering to feel in control of your spending, to feel like you understand what you have and understand what your dreams are, understand what your goals are. It is so deeply empowering that it can get you through some very difficult times. Frugal living is not just for the very wealthy. It is not just for the very poor. Frugal living is a way for everybody to feel empowered and to achieve their goals. And I really think that Leonardo da Vinci himself said it best when he said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So there you have it. If you would like to be sophisticated, live a frugal life. If you have not yet subscribed and you're all the way here at the end, thank you for sticking around. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a like. And then stick around because we've got so much more coming. Wherever you are on your frugal journey, I am so proud of you and you are not alone. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.